Hello, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Nigel. How you doing?
Not too bad. Is it morning where you are? Because it's
It
evening
is
where I am.
morning, actually. Well, what? It's 10. It's 10:20 actually where I'm at.
Where you at? Where are
I'm
you?
in Florida, yeah,
Ah,
United
okay,
States.
cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's early morning there, and it's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock here in
Seven,
Dubai.
seven
Yeah,
o'clock in Dubai. Oh man.
we're in Dubai right now, so it's 7 o'clock in Dubai.
Oh, that's amazing. How
Super early
how
in
is
the
it over
morning.
there? I never visited before yet.
You should come.
Yeah.
It's actually really really good. I mean, I always say this to people: it's the best business hub in the world. So if you're
Okay.
coming over here to do, I mean, I'm not really the party guy. I'm not really the kind of going out and socializing guy. But you can go out and you can socialize. It's got fantastic restaurants.
Okay.
Traffic's terrible.
Oh, well,
Um,
really?
yeah, traffic
That's
is
good to know.
absolutely terrible. But I mean, it depends on what you come here for. If you're coming here to elevate your business, to meet people within business, meet like-minded people, it's the best place in the world. Do you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? You can probably meet people in Florida, Miami, New York, but there's no chit chat. There's no real kind of social chit chat, is what I call social chit chat. So the minute you sit down at a table and you start speaking to someone, business will come up within 3 minutes of a conversation. Do you know what I mean? So business will come up. What do you do? Oh, I do this. Okay, cool. Well, I do this. Oh, I know someone who does this. Okay, and it just basically rolls on from there. Before you know it, you're sitting there and you've been talking for 2 hours, and you've networked with someone that could probably possibly help you, or you could help them, and stuff like that. And blah blah. So business, best business hub in the world, I think,
Yeah.
personally. I'm biased, but
But it's quite interesting because I never heard anybody talking about Dubai like that. Really, what you
yeah,
hear most of the time is the fast cars, the beautiful sceneries, the beautiful girls and all. But nobody ever mentioned it to me as in it was a fast place to do business. Whereas if you sit down with somebody,
yeah.
and in 2 minutes eventually, I mean, if you don't close, it seems like if you don't close the deal in Dubai, I mean, uh, yeah,
You're not
you
doing
need to
it.
be.
Yeah, you're not doing it. To be fair, I was obviously I moved from the UK to Romania with the
Mhm.
boys, and then like from there, the first time I came to Dubai, it was just basically sorting out visas and everything else. But then once I'd settled down, I'd realised opportunities, and I realised massive opportunities. So just sitting with people, you can speak to this person, and that person knows somebody else that knows somebody else that you can basically network with. I look at okay, cool. You got the fast cars, you've got beautiful buildings, you've got that, but a lot. Forget about the glitz and the glamour. It depends on what you're here for. If you're here for to make money, which
Mhm.
is what like a lot of people are. There's so many young 23-year-old, 19-year-old, 24-year-old millionaires sitting in this place that you can just basically network with and just talk to, and older people as well. 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, blah blah. I mean, ideally, that's what they're there for. Yeah, you've got the beautiful girls and everything else, blah blah. Don't let that distract you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of
Um,
course.
do you know what I mean? But if you, like I say, if you're here for that reason and that reason specifically, then you'll do very very well.
Yeah,
Easy.
and one thing too, I have to ask you because yesterday I was speaking to one of my customers, my new customers, and he's from Dubai actually, and
Mm.
he's just moved into Florida. We're working on a few projects, and he told me about two things. He told me camel milk and camel meat. Like the meat, the steak of a camel
Mm.
and the milk
Mm.
of a camel. He told me, man, those two things, you're not a man yet if you haven't tried these. Is it true or not?
I'm not a man. I'm blatantly not a man then because number one, I don't drink milk. I don't care where it comes from. I don't drink milk. Okay. Number two, eating camel meat. I guess we might try it, but it's not been like top of my dietary or
No.
food list to actually try it now.
Oh
It's
man,
not.
it made it seem like everywhere you go in Dubai, that's what you drink, that's what you eat. That's what he made it seem like. I'm not sure. I mean, no.
Nah, unless the chicken's camel meat, unless the beef's camel meat, unless do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know, but for
No, of
me,
course, of course.
I give that one. Like they said, oh, yeah, camel meat's on the menu.
Hmm.
I look at it and think, okay, cool. There's beef over there, there's chicken over there, there's steak over there. Let me just go for one of those ones there because I'm not really too sure about it. If it got presented in front of me, and like we have crazy things going on in the house, so if it got presented in front of me and you got to eat it, then I'll eat it. I'll taste it. See what's
Of
like.
course, of course,
So
of course.
there we go. So
Yes,
tell me a
Mr.
little bit about you.
Yes, yes, and
Tell me a little bit
it
about
is a
you.
pleasure
What?
and it is an honor to be here on this call with you, Mr. Nigel. I have to be honest with you, and you know, and what is it exactly that we're looking to basically to get towards to with this call? Yeah, what it is that we need to cover, or what it is that you would like for me to
So
talk about?
I want you to tell me about. I'm going to ask you basically just a series of questions. Really, to be fair,
Of course,
I
of
want to
course.
ask you about mainly your journey, how you joined the real world, why you joined the real world. That would be my first question. How you
Hmm.
joined the real world, why you joined the real world, and what campus first of all did you resonate to,
Hmm.
and what campus you're in now. Okay, so
Okay,
there you go. There's that kind of three questions
perfect.
rolled into one there.
So, how did I join the real world? Of course, I was scrolling through social media back and forth. I think it was during COVID,
Mm-hmm,
and started seeing a couple of clips from Andrew Tate, Mr. Tate,
mm-hmm.
and at first it didn't resonate with me. I'm gonna be honest with you. At first
Yeah,
it
yeah.
didn't because it was provocative, and eventually it started growing up on me. Whereas I wanted to find out more about this gentleman because what he was saying was actually truth. And
Mm-hmm,
I heard him talking about the real world and all. So eventually I decided to take the jump to see what it was. At
mm-hmm.
first, first joined, it looked like a whole Discord chat everywhere and all. It was, and I wasn't too sure what was going on. But I kept going at it. The first campus that I was referred to was I believe it was the e-commerce, the
Mm-hmm.
e-commerce campus. The e-commerce
Yeah.
campus. I have done e-commerce before during
Mm-hmm,
COVID. That's how I was making my money.
mm-hmm,
So, the e-commerce. Now I switched it a little bit to the copywriting campus.
mm-hmm.
I went to the
Okay.
copywriting campus,
Mm-hmm,
and copywriting. I learned how to write copy. I learned that there was such a thing as basically writing to be able to move people towards the direction that you want them to take, basically,
yeah.
in terms of sales and businesses. That
Mm-hmm.
eventually led me to the business campus, which is where I'm at right now, the best
Okay.
campus in the real world. The best campus with the best professors, the best students, and they led me to the business campus, and really that's when everything started switching up because I went to the sales mastery campus, the marketing mastery campus. I mean
Mm-hmm.
the courses, and I started learning more about how to close deals and how to
Mm-hmm.
sell. Eventually, that led to me being a door to door salesman,
Mm-hmm.
closing 2 to 3 deals, average a week. And but that's just the big story, just so you can see where it started and to where I got now. Now, of course, in the meantime, I started multiple businesses. I started a cleaning company. I started a marketing agency with Business in a Box, and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm an independent sales contractor with a home improvement company, and where my biggest product is now solar systems, whereas I'm selling renewable energy solar systems to new homeowners in Florida, and basically that's where we're making money hand over fist, man.
What was she doing before?
Before that, I was actually a security. I was a bouncer, and I was a security, and also I was a boxer. So boxer, security, and a bouncer at night.
Oh
So
wow. Okay,
patrol,
cool. But I
patrol
better be
officer.
careful. I better be careful what I say here because you might just come over and just give me a right hand. I don't
Oh
really want.
no, no, absolutely not. I've seen the footage. I've seen the footage. I have to be careful with what I say here.
Okay, cool. So I think one of the best two of the best things that people should know when they're actually starting a business is basically how to sell and how to do marketing. So I think those two courses, those two campuses are actually for me one of the best because I done sales. I've done sales for quite a long time. I've done sales for 20 years, and then I just flipped over into the marketing, so sales and marketing, because obviously you've got to know how to sell, but you obviously know how to market yourself as well. So when you flipped over to those, so you're making money hand and foot now, so everything's all good. So how long did it take you to actually start generating cash from when you obviously went to door-to-door salesman, but then moving on from that, how long did it start?
Okay. And
Uh,
when you say how long did it start, are you talking about by the time that I started with the real world, or when I started that exact venture?
let's say from when you started with the real world. We'll make it
Started with the
easy.
real world. So as soon as I
Mm-hmm.
started with the real world, I'll say the first week, because we have a few campuses. So there's the hustler campus, whereas
Mm-hmm.
they teach you how to make money straight from the bat the first day. Teach you how to flip, teach you how to find
Mm-hmm.
anything to be able to make quick cash. That
Mm-hmm.
here, that was already easy. I already had gotten started. Now that led to my cleaning business, which was an Airbnb cleaning business, because where I'm at, it's not too far away from Disney World. So
Mm-hmm.
with all these Airbnbs, we've created that company. Whereas we're we were taking care of all these Airbnbs in the area. Now
Mm-hmm.
the Airbnb went down a little bit, and that's when I had a few shifts in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I went for, and this is what perfect time, because BIAB, which is Business in a Box from Business Mastery Campus, which is
Yeah.
basically what it sounds like, a business in a box.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to have any business to get started. You don't need to have any ideas to get started. All you need to do is basically to be a hard worker and be able to understand exactly what the professor is teaching. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you apply every single point that he teaches you in that program here, eventually you'll end up with a business in a box, which is a business that's working. And
Mm-hmm.
this was my marketing company, my marketing agency, which I had started, and that was my next step, which I started to work with it. Now my thing was, I had that opportunity that came across to me. One of the guys that I was security for, because I was a armed, so what do you call it? It's called close protection. So basically, what we call a bodyguard.
Yeah.
So one of the guys that I was working with is the owner of one of these solar installation companies, which are major in Florida and
Mm-hmm.
what do you call it, in Texas. So ended up ended up offering me the opportunity to come and work with him. And I knew nothing about sales. I was horrible at sales, horrible at doors. I thought, a few courses from Business in a Box would have made the trick. I realized that, hey, it took a little bit more. It took a little bit more to go to the doors and be able to close the deal right there and there. And I started that in January. This January, that's when I started this venture with the solar program and being able to sell door to
Mm-hmm.
door. Now I'll say, right, when was the last day that we were supposed to meet? I think it was that same day here. That same day here, I was able to close, just on an average base, that we usually close 90K deals, just on an average out the door. And for me, that translates to about 10K commission plus minus, maybe let's say 5 to 8. It
Yeah.
pushes to 10, but let's say 5 to 8. And for me, being able to be out of doors, doing that every day, it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing,
Mm-hmm.
especially when I see the checks. It's just mind blowing for me.
Yeah.
It's almost irrealistic for me to be. I mean, of course, it's not that much money, but for me, it was, and it was almost unrealistic for me to be making that much money when I was working security, making 17 bucks, 20 bucks an hour,
Yeah.
and
Now.
looking
Yeah.
forward to $500 in a week. And now, if I want to, I mean, if I go out in 2 hours, I could make myself the $500 easily, and it's just mind blowing. It's just
Mm.
that's really what it is.
So how's that changed your life?
How that changed my life
Yeah.
in terms of finances, or in terms of what are
Just
we?
generalizing. I mean, I can say your life, finances, basically everything, the whole kind of thing wrapped up into one.
Yeah. Okay. Of course. I'm gonna be honest with you though, Mr. Nigel. So one of the things that happen with sales is just that it takes a lot of sacrifices, right? It takes a lot
Yeah.
of sacrifices to be able to get a business started. Now, in terms of relationships, that's one thing that I still have to work on, because working so much, being in the street so much, being on the door so much, being with the homeowners so much. I've gotten addicted to that, sort of, and spending more time over there. So now I have to. My one thing is that I know for sure that I have to work on being able to still build relationships with my family and people around me. Now,
Hmm.
in terms of fitness, I've been able to sign back up into the gym and work in the gym. And in terms of finances, man, it's just that's the whole difference here in terms of
Hmm.
finances, man. Being able to really, I mean, the thing is being able to spend let's say 200, 300, and not having to worry about if you're gonna have money in your bank account tomorrow. That's for me. That's the
Mm.
biggest change. For me,
Yeah,
that's these are the little things. Being able to take your family to dinner or your parents to dinner, and being able to, you're not looking at the prices anymore on the menu.
yeah, yeah.
You're
You're
just here
just
for the
doing,
good time.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
here for the good time, being able to take trips with your family. Soon enough, next week we're going to Cancun for a few days, paid by the company.
yeah,
Getting a company vehicle because I made it to the top salesman in the company. It's these little things, whereas you didn't have them before, and now you have them, and these are the things that make a difference for me.
yeah. They do. Yeah, it's appreciating those things. I do you know what? Sometimes I think about that because obviously I've gone through the same struggle. And like when I used to be back in the UK, and I used to think, okay, cool, can I afford to spend this? But if I afford to spend this, but then I'm going to be there, how much money am I going to have left in my account? And I'm like thinking. Now it's actually really nice. You're actually rewarding. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can have that. Yeah, I can have that. I can have that. I can have that. And I can go to dinner and spend like 200, 250, and not even kind of think about like my account. It's such a nice feeling. It's super nice
It
feeling.
is. It is
Um,
because you can even enjoy it. Really, I mean, let's say you take a girl out to dinner, right?
mm,
And you have 250 bucks in your pocket.
yeah, yeah.
And you already, as soon as you start, I mean, you're thinking about, okay, how do I make sure that I'm the funniest guy here? How do I make sure that I'm the best looking guy here? But how do I also make sure that, hey, listen, I could eat for the next 2 weeks. I could put gas in my trunk for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could,
absolutely.
all these. I mean, before you know it, you're not spending a good evening. And
Yeah,
before you know it, I
100%.
mean, yeah,
100%. And I think one of the nicest things for me, I think uh, that all aside, me going out was just looking after my father in just different ways. Because my dad's pretty cool. He doesn't really want for anything, or doesn't really kind of like he just doesn't want for anything. Nothing's just nothing. He doesn't care about anything.
yeah,
But little things like getting him a new kind of home setup, laptop, uh, printer,
beautiful,
um, just like
amazing.
Wi-Fi and stuff like that. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, oh yeah, I need this. I was like, okay, cool, Dad, it's done. What do you mean? It's done. It's done. Went on, ordered everything, got it sent to his address, and for me, those little things there that just makes me feel super, super good.
Yeah,
Super.
I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Nigel. I have 3 sons. Okay, 3 sons, and
Mm,
I remember every Christmas before, every party before. It wasn't just stress not being able to afford it, but it was also shame not being able to afford it,
mm,
because I felt like as a man, it was it was unacceptable for me not to be able to afford those little things here. Yeah,
mm,
not just because I'm a man and I'm supposed to be able to afford them, but because there are people that are actually doing it. There are guys out there doing it. There are guys out
mm,
there, affording, their 19-year-old affording whatever they need.
mm, mm,
They being able to spend 400 grand on a car and all that. And me, I was here at 29 years old, not being able to afford my kids' Christmas gift. That was
mm,
unacceptable for me. I was ashamed of it, to be honest. And at some
mm,
point, I decided to, you know what, it's to thick and thin, whatever it takes, something's gonna
mm,
change. And you know what? Just the other day, for my son's birthday, he asked for a motorcycle, for a bike, an actual bike. He's 9 years old. Asked for a bike. I went out. I know where I got my connections for ATVs and all. I
yeah,
went out,
yeah,
went to my connection real quick, took out the money out of the bank, gave him the cash, took the bike, put it in my truck, brought it back to the house, and that was
yeah.
it.
I
And
bet
that was it.
that's
And and I
super,
was like,
super.
geez. I was
Do
like,
you know
man,
what? It's like I love the way that the real world can make people's lives kind of change for the better. It's like everybody has different stories. Everybody has different stories in what their life transformation and everything else. But like being able to, like I was speaking to someone last week, being able to help the family, even down to their physical changes, getting them to go into the gym, just personally to them, what's important to them, they change whether it be their health, whether it be fitness, whether it be their life. I just love the way that the real world just helps everybody
absolutely,
and just gives them the
absolutely.
focus. gives them the focus and the mindset, and then even down to the discipline to actually just go through it and just keep driving, keep driving, keep driving, because it will be there. And what you say about like making like connections and stuff like that and family connections, it will get easier. Everything will get easier, but
Of course.
you've got understanding people around you that you're there for them, you're grafting for them, you're grafting obviously for yourself as well as grafting for them, but to grafting for the future. Then that understanding should resonate with them. That okay, cool, he's got to go out, he's got to go do this.
Yeah. And there's one thing that you said that we I tend to forget, because a lot of times a fish forgets about water if he's inside the water itself. And I
Mm,
tend to forget how rare it is for somebody to have something like the real world in their lives.
mm,
And of course there's a lot of young men that I met that are in the real world, but imagine if I wasn't. Where
mm.
would I be? Where would my life
Yeah,
be? I mean,
exactly,
it's
exactly.
just
Yeah,
like it's just mind blowing for me. As in, like I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea where I would be if it wasn't for the real world, man. It's just
I
and
I know. Sorry to interrupt. I know for a fact
no,
myself,
go ahead, please.
I'd be stuck in the same rut as what I was in before. And I can think back to even down to 4 years ago, where I was sitting there thinking, what do I do? Where do I go? I'm thinking
Yeah,
about money, thinking about this, I'm thinking about
yeah,
that. Like,
yeah.
what do I do? Where do I go? What am I going to do? This, that, the other, blah, blah. And now,
Absolutely.
like 4 years later, it's like, okay, cool, I don't need to think about anything. I just need to just get this work done, and everything's all good. So,
You're absolutely right, Mr. Nashville. You're
it's all
absolutely right.
good.
And everybody's in that situation. Everybody's out there
Yeah,
that's not in the real world is in that situation. I could promise you that. I've talked to a
yeah,
lot of people. I meet
absolutely.
a lot of people out there. Yeah, they are in that situation.
100%, 100%. What do you think was kind of like the hardest part about your whole journey? Like, say, let's take for example being in a real world, or you can use it as a personal. If you want to use it personal, or you want to use it real world.
What was the most important part of my journey?
What's the hardest part?
The hardest part of my journey.
Hmm.
And you said I could use personal. I could use
You
the
can use
hardest part of my.
personal. You can use the real world. You can use whichever you want to use.
The hardest part of my journey, and this one here, we're going to have to leave the filters out for a little bit, because there is
Hmm.
something in the real world called the positive masculinity challenge.
Hmm.
And what it is it's a way for young men who are coming out of the world out there, dealing with all these I'll say all these types of addictions,
Mm.
all sorts of addictions. And we're talking, I mean, we can name them all. This is a recorded call, so I don't want to
Yeah,
be
yeah. That's absolutely
talking
fine.
about nothing too out of context. But yes, any type of addiction that you could be thinking of, I
Hmm.
was dealing with it. And the positive masculinity challenge was the hardest one, but also the most rewarding one.
Mm.
Because for before the positive masculinity challenge, I had been in the real world for a year, and nothing really was moving forward. I didn't pick a campus. I was still in my addictions and all. I wasn't making money. I was just in the real world just because I didn't want to be left out of it.
Mm.
That's the only
Mm.
reason why I joined. But now, when I joined the positive masculinity, the challenge, it was 30 days. It's 30 days with no dopamines at all, no coffee, no smoking, nothing. And what it did is, for those 30 days, you basically, the goal was for you to have no dopamines at all. So no TVs, no music, no Instagram, no social medias, no coffees, no alcohol, nothing at all. and
Mm.
and the goal was for you to work out in those 30 days, to be able to create habits that were going to lead you to success down the
Hmm.
road.
Hmm.
And after I did that challenge for 30 days, Mr. Nigel, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whoever came up with that challenge knows what they're doing. I know it's
Mm.
if I'm not mistaken, it's the board, right? The main
Mm.
board of the main campus, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, and what happened is, as soon as I finished that challenge, I kept going on the street, man. I kept going on the street. I kept going to the gym. I never stopped. You know,
Yeah.
I stopped all my addictions. Watching all the things that we're not supposed to be watching, doing all the things that we're not supposed to be
Mm,
doing behind closed doors, and
mhm,
it always had been a challenge for me ever since I was 15. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since I was 15
mm,
years old, that was one of the biggest challenge. One of the things that I knew that were holding me back from becoming who I was meant to be,
mm,
and that's not even what I went into the real world for. To be honest, I went into the
mm.
real world to make money, man.
Yeah,
And before you know it, I was tricked into becoming a better person.
that's what we're. I mean, that's basically what we do, and you're basically self development. I suppose if you didn't go through all of those kind of hardships before, because I think we've all been through them in different ways, you don't realize you don't realize how good it is now until you've gone through that, and then you've gone through that little trial for yourself, that little kind of change yourself. And I think you appreciate it more when you've gone through that change, and you come out the other side and you can look at it and you can think, okay, cool, yeah, now I've achieved this. And it actually takes um 28 to 30 days to actually change. Like if you do something for 28 to 30 days, then it
Yep.
becomes quicker. So it's like if you do, I don't know, I always use analogies of gyms and stuff like that. So if you go to the gym 3 times a week
Hmm.
for 28 days or whatever, if you do it something every single day, it
Hmm.
becomes the addiction. That becomes
Yep.
the thing that you want to do, but it's a positive.
Of course, of course. And just because we want to visualize, I don't mean to cut you off, but I know for sure that our audience is also young, and just to be able to
Mm,
visualize, because a lot of things that I talked about were subtle, but just to
mm,
be able to visualize, put a little bit of visualization in there. Imagine being fat. Being fat, I mean, that's
mm,
where I was. So I'm not calling anybody
mm,
fat, but imagine me being fat in 2, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, being
mm,
fat, being broke,
mm,
being, no girls, no
mm,
kids,
mm,
nothing, as in like nowhere to live. I mean, no cars. I mean, talking about bad finances. Imagine all these things here.
mm,
And now, just those 4 years here, but now you have a man in shape. You have a
mm,
man who's taking care of his finances, taking care of his families,
mm,
who's regularly going to the gym, who joined the boxing gym, who ended up actually fighting and competing, who you know who's able to close deals, as a salesman, door to door. And we're talking about 5 to 6 figure deals, easily
mm.
door to door on I'll say 2, 3 follow ups or more. And it's not that I'm bragging about myself. I'm bragging about what the real world has done and
Mm,
where it brought me. Because if I could do it, man, anybody could do it, really. Because all I did was just follow the courses. I just
yeah.
listened to what they were telling me to do. I mean, I didn't come up with no strategies or nothing new or nothing at all. All I did
Mm,
was just, hey, listen, I came here with nothing, with broke, fat, basically messed up all in the head. No friends, nobody, and just here being able to be myself now, who I've
yeah.
always wanted to be.
Wanted to be.
A guy in
Yeah,
shape, a
I
guy
get
who could
that.
walk into a room and close the deal,
Yeah,
or walk into a room and
absolutely.
get a girl. It's just for me. It's just that's all it
Yeah,
was for
yeah.
me.
So we have now healthy addictions. Healthy addictions are in the gym. Healthy addictions are looking after our families and
Yes.
striving to do better. Healthy addictions are now trying to earn that money, having a little bit of an addiction to work. Okay, cool. It could be good, could be
Yeah,
bad. But
closing deals.
healthy.
Closing deals, man, that's my
Closing
addiction.
deals
Man,
is
I'm
an
like,
addiction.
I want to close more deals, man. Where are the
Closing deals
deals?
is
Let's
your
go.
addiction.
Let's
That's
close
it.
them.
Exactly. That's it. That's it. Cool. So then coming, I think, because I was going to ask you what your biggest breakthrough was, and I think your biggest breakthrough was coming out the other side of that 28-day challenge.
Mhm.
Would you say that I was right in saying that?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
100%, 100%. So then, obviously, you're still doing your sales, your door-to-door sales and stuff like that. So what do you kind of have planned for, like, let's say, whether it be monetary, let's just say monetary wise, by the end of the year? I mean, you can. It seems like you can dictate your own kind of monetary income.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So do you have any kind of plans
Yes, sir.
like for the end of the year or by let's say the middle of next year? Because the
Absolutely.
world is moving super fast at the moment, so we can't really
Absolutely.
plan for years, 2 years. We're just plan for the next 6 months. So what do you have planned towards the end of the year, the next 6 months?
Three things. The
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? It's called the council. Join the council. and the next step to that is the war room.
Oh, interesting.
To thick and thin, find a way to. These are the two. These are all my goal lists. So these are the two financial monetary goals, and the third
Yeah.
one is to actually build a business that returns 10K in a month. Why? Because I'm making 10K plus in a month now. So I made it to the 10K plus list in my campus. But
Yeah.
there's also a leaderboard for 10K
Mm-hmm.
plus. I
Mm-hmm.
was so I was chosen for one of these, but I didn't qualify just because the way I'm making the money right now. Because the goal of the campus is to build your own business from scratch up
Yeah.
and be able to
Yeah.
make it to 10K. So
Yeah.
therefore, my goal is to now focus on, because I'm gonna make it to the top of that leaderboard again, and I'm
That
gonna make it
leaderboard.
legitimately this time. I'm gonna
Okay,
make
cool.
it with business. So my goal is to also figure out which business is probably most likely going to be my marketing agency that I'm going to push to get a 10K. That way I could get to that first spot again on the leaderboard. And I'm already putting it out there. I'm gonna make it, and it's gonna make it.
Okay.
It's gonna
No, I truly believe that you are going to. I truly believe you go. But do you have a plan on how to do that?
how to do that.
Yeah.
That's interesting, Mr. Nigel. That's a good question. No, sir, not a down to the T plan to get. It was just most likely, hey, I'm going to close this amount of deals and this
Mm-hmm.
amount of time to be able to get to this amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened, then I could purchase my membership for the council. The next
Mm-hmm.
step would be, of course, the war room. And in the
Yeah.
meantime, I mean, the plan for the business mastery camp, for the marketing agency, yeah, of course. I mean, I've I've restarted with that agency. I'll say 2 weeks ago, two
Mm-hmm.
weeks ago, and I'm using it. So my first client is actually myself, where I'm using it for my own solar business, where I'm creating leads for myself. If it works
Yeah.
for me, it's gonna work for everybody else.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
so
100%.
so that's what it
So
is.
that, yeah, so that's what I was going to say. All I was going to say was it was the marketing one. So as long as you plan and stick with that plan, that you're gonna do this, and you kind of have a plan. Okay, cool. It's gonna be 2 to 3 months, whatever. But you can work on it in the background while you're doing your sales, and then as long as you're on it, on point,
Yes,
and
sir.
keep it going, then it would absolutely. Do you have anybody like within your kind of circle of friends that are actually in the real world, or have you kind of
Yes, sir.
directed towards the real? Oh, you have. Okay, cool.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
to me.
So it's a funny story, though. Funny story. What had happened is I ended up joining the gym for the
Oh, I've
first
lost
time
you
in
a
a
little
long
bit.
time, and I ended up. Is my camera good? Yeah, because I moved it a little bit. Is it
Yeah,
good?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
100. Yeah,
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 and
it's fine.
I ended up going to the gym, and working on the bag, working on the boxing
Hmm.
bag. This guy ended up coming and working on the bag too. Ended up meeting him, and turns out we were both in the real world.
Nice.
Both in the real world, man, and we ended up being best friends. This guy actually the other day, a month ago, he actually came out and closed a deal with me with the solar program. He's a this guy. I
Interesting.
mean, and this guy. I mean, this guy. This guy is the real definition of a G from the real world. We're talking
Mm,
about competing MMA. The guy is a firefighter. Is getting to the top of his campus, which is what campus is it? The trading campus or the
yeah,
investing campus?
yeah,
One of these two,
two,
and
yeah.
he's made it to the top of these. And fitness wise, I'm telling you, this guy's a killer. And really, I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna hit him up later on to see if he wants to catch the games or something like that. Build a little bit
Yeah,
of rapport. Because what I do is I go out and I recruit.
yeah,
They taught me you're either selling or recruiting. So if I go
yeah,
out, I
hundred
recruit
percent,
around me.
100%,
And
100%.
so that's what
It's
we do. We get together and we go recruit. We go recruit to go. We don't go out to go get girls or
absolutely
anything like that. We go
no,
recruit.
no, no, no. It's
And
not. Yeah,
yeah,
Psst.
yeah, it's
um,
already done with. We go recruit them.
yeah,
Come and
yeah.
work with us. Come and work with us. Come and knock doors because the most successful salesman and door knocking are a woman.
Mm,
90% of the sale is already done for a woman. The door is
yeah,
already open. That's when she knocks. If she's
absolutely,
pretty, of course. If she's pretty, but
absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
but but yeah.
100%.
So that's what it is. So we recruit. We actually go out to work, and that's one of the guys that I say that's the only guy actually that I've met in the real world.
Okay, cool. Because it's. I just find it super important to have the like-minded people around you. You've got to have those like-minded people around you because they're there to push you. You're there to push them. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm quite blessed that I've known the guys that I'm with for years. I'm talking a year, 20 years that I've known these guys.
Yeah.
Super blessed to know. And if I haven't known, like, say, for example, Marcel, Rory, I've known of them when I was back in the UK,
Okay.
but I didn't know them until probably like 2 years ago that I knew them. But
Really?
Rory's dad used to hang out with my uncle, so they used to know each other back then behind us. So it was already
Really?
inevitable. It was
That's
gonna, yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It's
That's a real
crazy.
small world, man.
It's a super small world. And check this one out. Marcel, I knew Marcel's sister before I knew Marcel. I knew of Marcel, but I knew his sister before I knew Marcel. Marcel knew my little brother before I knew
No
I knew
way.
him. It's
Really?
crazy, bro. It is absolutely
Yeah.
crazy. So we know how small the world is, and yeah, it's just like
It's
things just
insane.
kind of gel together, and
Yeah.
obviously like-minded people just gel together. So
Of
it's
course.
super important to have that as well. So look, I'm not going to keep you any longer.
No, of course.
It
Thank
was
you.
absolutely super nice talking to you. I wish you all the best. And yeah, I want to hear about you. I want to hear about your marketing. I'm gonna probably touch base with you next year, um, March, spring
Hmm.
next year, around about that time there, and we'll see how you're getting on with your business. But just keep pushing, just keep
Absolutely.
pushing,
And
and
Mr.
keep
Nigel,
recruiting.
Mr. Nigel, it was a pleasure. It was an honor being on this call with you, sir.
Pleasure's mine.
And
Pleasure's mine.
it was a pleasure meeting you as well. It's an honor meeting you as well.
I'm gonna
And
see you in the real one. I'm a little bit nervous though. I'm gonna see you in the real one. And you're just like, yeah, I'm a boxer. And I'm like, oh my god, I know this guy. I remember this guy. What's my face? I'm shooting. Do you know what I mean? Make sure I'm bobbing and weaving.
Man,
Yeah, no, this would be
I look forward to it though. I really look forward to it. You're gonna see more of me. You're gonna hear more of me, of course. I'm only getting started, of course. When I once I get to the council in the war room, hopefully you get to hear more about me, and maybe
yeah,
hopefully in one of these meets we get to meet each other, and hopefully who knows,
100%.
maybe I get the honor of sparring. Who knows? Maybe I'll
Well,
have the honor of sparring.
that's initiation because if you come to any one of these war room meets, if you join a war room and you come to one of these war room meets, the initiation is sparring. So I don't know any meet that we've had. Oh, maybe one in London,
Hmm.
um, but every single war room meet that we generally have, whether it be in Dubai, whether it be in Romania, whether it be wherever, the initiation is okay. Cool. You got your gloves. You got your gum shield. Okay, cool. Andrew does a little bit of talk, and then right outside, guys, we're all gonna punch each other, and that's what happens first of all. But it's weird because that's probably one of the best initiations that you can have to meeting people. Like you
Hmm.
punch someone,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, sorry, it was that. What's your name? Okay, cool. Or it's what's your name? Touch your gloves, boom, and then next minute you know that person.
It
So
doesn't get realer than that. It doesn't get realer than that.
it doesn't. It doesn't. And like when people first come to people first come to the house, they're like, "Who do I talk to?" Some people are more like outgoing, some people are more withdrawn. But after that hour, 2 hours of sparring, everybody knows everybody.
Of course.
Everybody's talking with everybody.
You're
Everybody's
absolutely
shaking.
right.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, that was a good punch. Yeah, blah blah, laughing, joking, and the bond that you create thereafter is just unquestionable. And not only that is that you get to talk to people within the business. You get to talk to people that have their own businesses.
Hmm.
That's how the networking starts. And that person might know someone else that knows that person, or that person over there knows that person, and you can help that person can help you, etc., etc., etc. And it's just one of those like massive just chain reactions. It's like one of those domino effects. It just goes and it just happens. So yeah, it's just a great opportunity for everybody that wants to excel.
I'm looking forward
Um,
to this.
yeah, so
I'm
it's
looking
it's
forward to it.
fantastic. But yeah, I'll see you soon. I know I'll see you soon. I'm
Mr.
a little
Mr.
bit
Nigel, it's a
nervous,
pleasure.
a little bit
Thank you, sir.
nervous, but I'll see you soon. You're gonna punch my face off. I have to make sure I put
Oh
that gum
no.
shield.
No, no. Let's not get to that. I
Yeah.
mean, unless that's what we're doing. If we're doing full sparring, then of course. I mean,
Well, it's kind of semi to full, but no,
yeah.
no one gets hurt. No one gets
No one
hurt.
gets
No
hurt.
one gets hurt. No one gets hurt.
I'm okay. I'm okay with getting hurt a little bit though.
Yeah,
Sometimes, black cat it helps you out a little bit. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Five Andrew, that might happen. Five
Mr.
Andrew, that
Nigel,
might
again,
happen.
it's a pleasure. I don't want to. I know you're a busy man. I
Cheers.
don't want to
No
keep you too
worries, sir.
long, but thank you, sir. Thank you so
Nah, I
much for
wish
the
you all the best,
opportunity,
brother.
sir. I
I wish
really
you all the best.
appreciate it. Thank
No
you.
problem.
Bye.